Hey there everyone, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another quest video, I might add. And today we are in Graven Deep on normal. And I haven't tried this one, but I did say it's coming up. So here it is. Not going to talk too long, just want to get straight into the quest, so my intro isn't too long. So without me blabbering on a bit more, we're going to talk to this guy and start the quest.
Such luck! We've shipwrecked on an uncharted island. We might never be found. No time to bask in fortune's blessing. That storm that hit us, did you see how it sprung from this island? I may have crashed onto the answer I seek.
I like his outfit. I'm going to close that. What question do you need answered?
I'm helping a friend research the ancient Druid King's voyage from High Rock to the Sisters. His ship's log begins midway across the Abyssinian Sea, right where we now stand. I must learn why the book starts here, and how that storm rose to greet us.
Alright, so after some books. How do you plan to learn that?
Mate, you mean how will we learn that? Landing on this island bound our fates. We'll scour this island for clues. Whatever raised that storm must be obvious. Keep whatever else you find as payment. Once satisfied, we can leave on this raft I made.
I'll help you find what you made, the storm and its connection to the Druid King. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. I'll help you find what made the storm and its connection to the Druid King.
Praise Tava's breath. She had one more adventure to offer me. So, see the cliffs at the island center? We'll split up to survey them. You take north, I'll head east. Keep watch for anything that could summon that storm. Or anything druidy.
So what is this place?
Looks like you and I have found what's inside the infamous Graven Deep. Can't say that this small island lives up to the legend. The speed of that storm that hit us, though, that surely does. I'd wager we'll learn more once we climb those cliffs.
I'd like to hear more about this Graven Deep legend.
Perhaps not so much a legend as a warning. Graven Deep is a blank spot on every pirate's map of the Abyssinian. Don't dare enter it, they'll tell you, or you'll vanish from the sea. Like the morning fog burned away by the sun.
Did you believe the legend?
Perhaps, in a way. I've heard the warning of Graven Deep told by many and many since childhood. It became its own truth over time. And if I tried convincing a crew to come here, they'd keelhole me in an instant.
Any thoughts on the storm that hit us?
It crashed upon us with a hunger, didn't it? I can't say it was the roughest storm I've endured, but it was most certainly the fastest. Look around, though. The beach debris didn't only come from us. This has happened many times before.
Tell me more about the research that brought us here.
My friend, Druid Laurel, enjoys digging up ancient histories. These days, she's fascinated by someone called Druid King Kasserine. Long ago, he led his people to the Sisters Islands. Laurel gave me a logbook from his trip, but it's incomplete.
How do you know Druid Laurel?
Don't be surprised when I say this isn't my first shipwreck. A long while back, I washed up near Druid Laurel's home on Galen. She found me, full of seawater and mostly dead. Laurel didn't care that I was a stranger. She worked fast to save my life.
How'd she do that?
I prayed for Tuwaka's mercy as darkness crawled over my eyes. But then, it felt like my chest might explode. That brilliant girl cast a spell that forced air right into my lungs. I couldn't stop thanking her as I coughed and spit up briny water.
What happened after Druid Laurel saved you?
She called to others from her circle, and they carried me to their home. Over several weeks, the druids nurtured me back to health. Laurel and her people changed my life. I quit being a pirate, began studying magic, and joined the Mages Guild.
What did Druid Law ask you to learn from Graven Deep?
where the Druid King launched from when he led the Druids out of High Rock. She's tracing his path from Tamriel to Ifilon, but hit a wall. If I can find anything to advance her research, she'd appreciate it. I admit, I don't know much about this.
If you don't know much, why did Druid Laura ask you to help?
A fair question. Before the Mages Guild, I sailed all across the Abyssian Sea. I dare claim that no one knows these waters like I do. Laurel wanted to trace the Druid King's voyage, and fortunately, this old pirate owed her a favor.
Pardon? Interesting story. There's a logbook.
By my father's head! Dwarven construction! I'll join you presently, after I handle some Hadalid bullies.
That was easy.
I can feel salt in my veins once more. Let's open that hatch. After many years in the Mages Guild, I worried the thrill of fighting was behind me. But, oh friend, it certainly was not. I feel 20 years old again. I hear my blood pumping like the roar of waves. Feels fantastic.
What's next?
We didn't fight these crusty brutes for nothing. Next, we go into that hatch, search around for the storm's explanation, and hopefully find some information for Laurel. Mate, I believe our fun together has only begun.
Down hatch.
More and more curious. Swampier than I expected. Look here on the desk. Scattered papers. Strange. Not dwarven. Scout ahead if you will. I'll catch up. Old logbooks, manifests, documents, all scattered here. I can read them, so not dwarven. Many seem Breton, several high elf, but most are soaked and illegible. I'd wager that others who crashed here left these. But what happened to them?
Do you have any thoughts on who constructed this place?
Aye, dwarves, without a doubt. I'm no expert, but their buildings have a signature look. And like everything dwarven, this place seems abandoned. But why in the middle of the sea? What were they hiding here? The questions are many and much.
What should we do next?
I'd like to sift through these documents. Maybe some lost sailor found the secret to Graven Deep. And who knows? Perhaps information about the Druid King will float to the surface. A long bet, I know. But I feel in my bones that something's here.
And me?
See if you can find any more documents, or any survivors. Scout ahead for possible danger as well. Those Hadalids could have set up homes in here, too. I've heard stories of dwarven traps in places like this. Careful not to lose a limb.
What more do you know about dwarves?
Not too much. I know they existed long before us, then vanished. But every child in Tamriel hears that story. Surely you've seen their remnants scattered all over the land. Perhaps when I return home, I can read more about them.
Do you know anything else?
On the sea, I rarely had use for dwarves. Other than raiding a ship or two for, well, acquiring their artifacts from other traders. When I began studying magic, I focused more on defensive spells. Ancient research never appealed to me. Something! A path that shows the way to the station's core. Ah, soggy bullocks. The door we want is blocked. Look here. The wall's breached. Let's see where it goes. Flooding wore away this tunnel. The sea always wins. I think I hear the station again. Excellent, another breach. We're back in. So have fun with that behemoth, while I regain our bearings. I truly have fortune's favor today. Someone drew this map, then left it behind for us to find. It traces a path to the station's central core. Perhaps there we'll learn how the storm rose from the island. Once I get our bearings, we can move on. Now, we go north. Deeper down we go. Get on the platform. Pull the lever when you're ready. Been a great while since I took a splash like that. Tava, bless me. Look at the sea floor. I joined my first pirate crew at such a young age that I can't remember anything before it. I spent most of my life on the water, but never saw it this way, though. I thought I knew the sea, but it holds more beauty than I ever imagined.
What do you think of the energy created the storm?
When you sail the waters as long as I have, you see the wildest things. Creatures longer than ships slithering under the waves. A man entirely made of coral. Fish that fly through the air. Using magic to summon storms is a basic application.
Do the pipes factor into this?
If the pipes draw magicka in and funnel it downward, they must feed into something. Knowing the dwarves, it's likely a huge machine of some kind. The Mages Guild library contains many tales of that sort of thing. I suppose we'll know soon enough. Let's get to the station center. Race it up. Central core is right behind. Blocked again. Come with me. I recently made a new spell. It's just for fun, but it could work here. Go through this portal, then walk to the central room. Don't concern yourself about air. this is it! Laurel will enjoy this. A member of the Druid King's crew wrote it. There's a description of a meeting between the Druid King and the Weird just before he left Glenumbra. They stopped to investigate this dwarven machine, but something turned...
What do you mean?
Seems the Lich you fought was a druid. He tried to kill the whole crew. Ah, but enough grim tales. Fortune truly smiled on us today, mate. I found what I needed, and you had an adventure. Here, take some treasure I found. You earned it. The logbook describes this island as a dwarven machine. They wanted to control the weather. That explains how it can create storms. I'll send more of the Mages Guild here to shut it down. This looks like the end of Graven Deep.
You believe the storms came from this machine?
Me? I won't dare assume anything about dwarven machinery. Without the map, I'd have no clue how to find this core, or that there's even a core to find. This logbook suggests the dwarves experimented with weather control here. Weather like huge storms.
Why did the Lich continue creating storms?
That's worth exploring. We saw many undead in this station's halls. Perhaps the Lich wrecked ships to build an army, or consume souls of sailors. The ways of such creatures are dark and awful. I'll ask a guild colleague to look into it for me.
What do you know about the Weird mentioned in the logbook?
An interesting bunch. They live in the high rock forests, worshipping trees. I've met a few in my day, and I'm on good terms with the Beldama Weiris. I'm not sure the exact difference between weirds and druids, but don't tell Druid Laurel I said that.
Why is it important that the Druid King met with the Weirds?
That's a question for Laurel. The logbook's author seems surprised that they met, but may the sea take me if I know why. She'll have to tell me the significance of such a meeting when I deliver the book to her.
How do we leave this island?
Way ahead of you, mate. You saw the raft I built on the beach? I promise you, it's sturdy. I've crafted many such transports over the years. Saved my life on more than one occasion, too. This portal will return us there. Then, we float back home.
Well, there you have it, the story for Graven Deep. It was a lot shorter than I imagined. There's only like, what, 2 bosses? 2 main bosses, but I've heard there's 4 or 5 secret bosses, so I might do a video with the secret bosses. But that being said, I might do a video on how to do all the secret bosses in each of the dungeons, like Red Pelt Bastion and whatnot. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you did like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, I do appreciate it. Also, if you're new around here, please hit the subscribe button down below. It does help me out a lot, you have no idea. And watch some other videos as well. I've got a whole playlist of the dungeon quests, so you're welcome to check it out. I'll put a link in the end screen, and I've also got some achievement guides as well. I've got one coming up, and I've got another beginner guide for you to watch. It's about how to join the Undaunted. But yeah, I hope you did enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next video.